Welcome to Spoiler Alert, where we talk about and subsequently spoil your favorite shows. This week we question whether Netflix's big Marvel news is a good thing for TV. We issue progress reports on 3 sophomore series.
Yo everybody, how's it going? Oh god.
And we check in on Sleepy Hollow, and we wonder whether they're moving too quickly with Abby and Ichabod. Welcome, Matt, and Kim Roots is back.
Hello, Lieutenant.
So, big Netflix news this week. 4 Marvel series coming to Netflix, including a miniseries. Recap it for us, Midovich.
4 distinct TV series, 13 episodes each, leading with one about Daredevil, and then Jessica Jones, and then Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and then they're all going to ultimately feed into a big mini-series event where they're all united, kind of like Avengers style.
Is Luke Cage in a cage?
Luke Cage is not in a cage.
Okay, that's how much I know about Luke Cage.
Okay.
Do we feel like this is going to oversaturate the landscape with superheroes? Because we've got every movie is now a superhero movie. Now, is every TV show going to be a superhero?
TV's been trying so hard to really get it right. And, you know, although, you know, S.H.I.E.L.D. hasn't been setting the place on fire, this is an opportunity to give people the superheroes that they want. Because S.H.I.E.L.D. is ultimately not about superheroes, it's about the people who chase after them.
I could rupture your spleen with my left pinky. Blindfolded.
But here you're not just going to get 1, you're going to get 4, and then they are going to be brought together and kind of, it's basically the closest thing to an Avengers that we'll probably get on TV, but it'll be on Netflix, which is also exciting because now we're seeing that Netflix is going for this nice, robust, rounded out library of original programming. We've got the highbrow House of Cards, we've got the fun, edgy Orange is the New Black, and now they're going to go with something just a little bit more, you know, pop culture-y.
But as we saw with the S.H.I.E.L.D., it's all about execution. You can't just, you know, have a superhero at the center of a show and just assume everyone's going to watch. It's got to be good.
Well, especially people like me. Like, I'm not a comic book girl, although, I mean, I respect that genre greatly, but...
Good save.
Thank you, thank you.
The
Don't blame me.
I
know. Not knowing the origin stories, not having all these feelings attached to these characters, it needs to be done well to pull in someone like me. That said, some of the fandoms that I've come to be a part of, like the Avengers, I came to through the movie. So if it's done well, it opens it up to a whole new audience that has never set foot in a comic book store.
And Arrow is doing a lot of things right this year, so when it does work, it works really well. Speaking of Arrow, we're checking in on 3 sophomore shows, including Arrow.
I gotta tell you, season 1 was fine. It was pretty good at points. Season 2 is just amazing. Lots of fun new characters, and you know, don't get me wrong, I liked Smallville. I loved Smallville at times.
Really? Because I'm getting the feeling you don't like it.
But they were just so stingy with the goodies. But Arrow, it's like every week they mention, you know, some company or a bad guy, and now they brought in Black Canary.
Are they going to run out of people, though?
They're mentioning Ra's al Ghul. It's so much fun, and they're obviously building to something big and exciting.
They're going to have to bring in Oliver from the Brady Bunch in season 4.
They're not going to run out of people. They're not going to run out of people. Plus, they're getting fun people to play. You know, already we had, you know, Emily Bett Rickards just killing as Felicity. The gal they got, Katie Lotz, who's playing Black Canary, she's really entertaining to watch.
Who are you?
Once you know, your life will never be the same.
I can take it.
Not this time.
I'm hearing from the control room that you have some Arrow scoop you'd like to air.
Thank you for that cue. As a matter of fact, yes. You know, Oliver's had all these flashback stories to him on the island, but all the characters on the island have basically stayed there. I'm hearing that in an upcoming episode, someone that we have only seen in flashback is going to show up in the current timeline. Which I know some people have been speculating about and wanting.
The control room liked that scoop.
Yeah.
Moving on to Nashville. I had some concerns going into season 2, Kimberly Roots.
Yes.
Because they ended it
The finale.
The finale was not good. The car crash was insane.
Car crash.
Cheese-tastic.
Yeah.
Not cheese-tastic, cheese-terrible. And I was worried that it was just going in a whole new direction. Now we're like a quarter into the new season. I don't feel like it's going full tilt soap opera.
No.
Which I'm relieved about.
Everyone wants Raina with Deacon, obviously, but
Right.
even if they can't be together, and it makes sense that they're not together now, I kind of would like to see them interacting a little bit more. In the last episode that aired, they only had about 1.5 minutes of screen time together.
Surprising people here today, but I have to say you take the cake.
Well, right back at you.
And that got bumped in by Lady Lawyer, who we do not like.
The big hat
The
party.
big hat party, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you two have had a chance to formally meet. Raina, this is Meg.
Hi, nice to see you.
When it worked best was when they were all on tour and things were happening and Raina and Juliet were kind of bickering back and forth, and that just isn't happening right now. Also Teddy and Peggy and all that, I'm done with that. I could, you know.
I know when you mentioned like the weddings coming up, like at a press conference, you can almost hear the reporters being like, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
What I like about Nashville is the music storylines. I find like there's certain characters who I just don't care about their romantic interests, just because we're already retreading a lot of ground. But the music stuff, like, you know, the show needs stakes. So whether Raina can break away from Edgehill and start her own label and do her own thing.
You mentioned stakes, and I think that's one of the problems is there doesn't feel like there's an urgency each week to tune in. I mean, it's not Scandal, but you know, with a show like Scandal, it's like, oh my God, I can't wait till the next episode or it ends. There isn't like this great urgency with the show.
What I would really like to see is, like you said, not the retreading. Like we have every single week, it feels like Scarlett is shocked that the press wants to talk to her or people want to watch her sing. This is what you do when you're in the business, you know? So like, let's get past some of the things that keep coming up and move on.
Come hang out. We are just gonna have so much fun together.
Okay.
That said, Hayden Panettiere has been on fire this season.
Great. Yep.
Yeah.
She can fill with one word, one line, one look.
Yep.
She can own a scene.
She had a couple moments at that hat party were just hilarious.
Go have some servant feed you some grapes and leave me alone.
Oh, it's a very stereotypical picture.
I'm sorry, did I get something wrong?
But at the same, she keeps jumping into bed. We were talking
Oh my
about
God,
that
she
before.
needs to stop sleeping with
She needs to
everybody.
stop sleeping with
She's
everyone.
got to have an STD
Pretty
at this
much
point.
any guy, any single, not even single, any guy that she has had a scene with this season, she has ended up sleeping with.
Pretty much ever.
Moving on, Mindy Project, another sophomore show that I think is on fire. So much better than season 1, which really, it took a while for the show to find its groove.
Yeah.
It has found its groove.
Did you see that? That's how good I am at sex.
To me, it's the new 30 Rock. And I know they have some writers from 30 Rock who are now working on the show, but when I watch that show, it feels like 30 Rock. The jokes sound like 30 Rock, the cadence, the rhythms, it feels like 30 Rock. And to me, that's a great thing.
I find I have a better time trying to listen for the asides and the throwaway lines, almost on the A plot, B plot. I love that they're teasing us with the Danny Mindy thing.
Ow! What? Did you just stab me with a fork?
I know in the episode coming up that a lot centers on like how they feel about each other and what they think of each other. So I love that.
And they never really swing and a miss when they add in a new character. They're all kind of interesting. Even James Franco's, you know, he had kind of interesting edge to him. The Chloe 70 one.
She was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, she was a lot of fun.
And even though Adam Pally is essentially playing Max from Happy Endings, you know, I love it.
I beat a D. What?
I beg to differ.
Speak in English, speak in full words.
And now, when you watch New Girl and Mindy Project, you're getting Brad and Max.
You're getting your Happy Endings.
You just need Eliza Coupe on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
We need Casey Wilson. Casey Wilson needs to
Casey Wilson on Dad. It's, God, no, I don't wish that on her.
Moving on to Sleepy Hollow, Mulder and Scully 2.0. Are they moving too fast with Ichabod and Abby?
It's the first time you ever called me Abby.
Yeah, she pumped out a tear in that one scene.
She pumped up many, so did he.
Too many people I never got a chance to say goodbye to. You're not gonna be one of them.
It was a great moment.
It was a great moment, and that's why the logical, rational side of me has said, this is fast. How can they keep up this relationship? That, you know, they're already, as you and I were talked about earlier, they're where Mulder and Scully were. You know, a season and a half, 2 seasons. You know, it took that long for them to touch. So, although everyone's going to tell me they touched in the pilot, I know. So anyway,
fact checking.
But I'm saying for that level of comfort, that it took a long time for them to get there. That said, I don't care. It was so good.
There are special circumstances here. And it could be that when you meet a guy who's been, you know, buried for a couple hundred years, who looks like that,
and when you look like that,
you do get more emotionally invested more quickly.
And I feel like in this day and age with TV where a lot of these beats are so drawn out, like over years and seasons, and sometimes it never leads to anything, I was kind of surprised, happily so.
What about the clothes issue? That seems to be very divisive amongst fans.
Well, we did break some news this week on TV Line that he's going to be taking his outfit to the cleaners.
Okay.
They're going to get a good scrubbing.
Yeah,
and
then he's putting them right back on.
He's probably going to, but what is he going to be wearing before he puts them back on? What is he going to wear to the cleaners?
I'm thinking he's going to wear a pair of Abby's oversized sweatpants and a sweatshirt from the police precinct.
At what point does it become too ridiculous that he's wearing the same outfit?
I think they'll just have him keep the coat. As long as he's got the coat and the boots. All right, so the coat and the boots, those are signature. He can then wear, you know, a Gap t-shirt underneath or something on any given week.
Who are you? I'm Katrina Crane.
I like how they worked in his wife this week.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people probably just want to like dismiss her and, you know, and jump on that, you know, Ichabod Abby train, but they brought her in a way that kind of makes you really feel for her. And I think they're probably at some point, maybe the season 1 finale, sometime in season 2, get her into our world somehow.
Right.
And maybe play that for real.
We have to talk about John Noble for a second.
Yeah.
Quickly, because we're running out of time.
He was amazing. That's it. We can move on.
Predictions. Kim, go.
Nashville's going to have someone die.
Nice one.
That was my setup.
Someone reached
She was
TV
building
line.
up
That
to
was
it.
my setup.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that it's probably Raina's dad, but I'm gonna go with it's either Peggy or Teddy. Maybe Teddy.
Okay, Matt?
I'm going to second her Teddy prediction. And my prediction is that Red John on The Mentalist is Sheriff McAllister, but Grace Van Pelt is his accomplice.
Okay. Fitz will pop the question to Olivia in the season finale. She will accept. This is Scandal I'm talking about. Season 4 will be all about her being the first lady.
Wow.
Bam.
Drop the mic.
I'm Haley Steinfeld, and you're watching ENTV. Hi, my name is Kiernan Shipka, and you're watching ENTV.
Aubrey Plaza, ENTV. I just touched it with my mouth, sorry.